What if I told you that the problems that you have are actually unknown? You actually don't know that you have those problems. Because if you think about it, you're often limited because of what you haven't considered yet. A lot of people think they're limited by the things that they want to do and can't do. However, you're probably more limited by the things that you haven't even considered yet. So in this audio, let's discuss how you can know about these unknown problems and how you can actually start to work on them so you can create your ideal future. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And one of the easiest ways to achieve success is to be aware of your unknown problems. And I'm sure you want to, because success is here and you might as well be ready for it. So let's get right into how you can know about these problems. And many of these problems are unconscious beliefs, unconscious programs, they're patterns, they're unresolved emotions that operate beneath the surface of your awareness. And one of the main reasons is that unconscious programming. Many of the beliefs that you have, the behaviors that you have, they were formed in early childhood, and those got ingrained in your mind because from 0 to 7, it's what is known as an imprint period. You're walking around like a little unconscious mind, like a sponge, and everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that you feel during that time, it becomes a pattern in your mind, and it starts to shape how you view the world around you. And because this gets so deeply embedded in your mind, you're often unaware of many of these things. Maybe you assume that all the reactions that you have or the way you look at certain circumstances is normal or rational. What if those were actually outdated or not useful for you? What if that was unconscious programming that you could easily solve, that you could easily be aware of so that you could create new unconscious programs? And one of the easiest ways to create new unconscious programs is hypnosis, and you can listen to any of the hypnosis audios that I upload every single Wednesday. However, it's really easy to create new unconscious programming. You just have to think of different if-then statements, for example. So let's say you're noticing that you're reacting in a certain way to something. What's another if-then statement that you could give yourself? What if you react in a way with anger and you have anger about something? What if instead you had an if-then statement? You can install a new program that says something: if I react calmly, then I can influence the whole conversation. So what if you had that program instead? What if that was in your mind? And maybe you thought that you were just reacting normally and that it wasn't angry. However, begin to notice these small things about yourself. And if you want to explore this further, then you can reach out to me. All my information will be in the description of this audio. Now, people also have things like emotional blind spots. So this is another reason that you may not be aware of some of the problems that you want to get rid of. Because a lot of people, let's say someone comes to see me and they want to quit a bad habit like smoking, overeating, whatever it is. Often they think that's the problem. However, there's a much bigger problem underneath that they're not aware of. And many times when we work on the emotions, and we work on strong emotions like anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, shame, frustration, regret, irritation, those get rid of any mental blind spots. And those blind spots were actually getting in the way of that person achieving what they want. It was making it very difficult for them to achieve what they wanted. And instead they were using these emotions or this habit as a form of being safe, being secure, protecting themselves. They weren't really facing the truth because the truth was often painful. They were pushing those emotions down. Your unconscious mind is really good at repressing emotions. So it was pushing those down, and it was probably even showing you those. It was presenting those so you could resolve them. However, you kept pushing those down, and over time, those got bigger and bigger, and that became more and more of a problem. And maybe now, next time that an emotion comes up in your unconscious mind, throws in your face fear, maybe now you think, I can do something about it. Another reason that you may have unknown problems is you may have certain biases. Our unconscious mind, it's often programmed to make sense of the world using different patterns, different shortcuts, and biases so you can think efficiently and easily. So there's something, let's say, confirmation bias. This means that you're going to have a tendency to see information that confirms the belief that you had, and you may delete everything else. That's the thing. There's so much information coming to you at any given time. It's coming from the outside, any event, and then you filter that through your senses, and it comes in your mind, and then your mind distorts, generalizes, and deletes information. So what is it deleting? It's probably deleting other beliefs. However, it's organizing it so you can see the belief that you want. It's confirming that bias for you, when instead your mind could actually see things in a much different way. And that's fine if you have bias. Everyone does. However, this can prevent you from seeing the big picture, the small picture, all the details. This means that you may be overlooking potential problems, or maybe things are being brought to your attention and you're deleting them instead of dealing with them. A lot of people come to me and they want to have success. And usually they're not having success because they're often deleting different things. There's really only a few things that you need for success. You need to have the right mentality or thinking. You need to have a network. You need to have skills, and you need to have resources. If I were to tell you, what are some skills that you can use for success? What are some resources that you can use so you can have success? There's probably, if you were to make a list, there's probably some things there that you deleted. So oftentimes people are deleting things, and that's leading to problems instead of solutions. Another reason is oftentimes people have a fear of change, or they resist different things. So a lot of times, instead of acknowledging emotions, acknowledging beliefs, acknowledging things that you want to change, or behaviors or habits that you need to change, you are probably not doing something about it. Maybe you think it's intimidating. So oftentimes facing difficult truths can mean addressing things in your reality that you normally don't want to address. So many people, they unconsciously avoid recognizing their real problems. So instead, they feel like they're in control, that they're safe, they're secure, they're protected. Many people, when they come to do hypnosis, they say, well, are you going to control my mind? Look, I have no control over your mind. In fact, if you think about it, the reason that you probably want to do hypnosis, or you're thinking about doing hypnosis, you think it's a good idea, is because you've actually lost control of your mind at some point along the way. Your mind is not in control of the result that you want to get, or it's not in control of the problem that you know of, and it's certainly not in control of the problems that you don't know of. So using hypnosis allows you to gain control of your own mind so that you can achieve things that you maybe not have considered yet. Remember what I said at the very start of this audio. The whole point in knowing about your unknown problems is you're not limited by the things that you want to do and cannot do. You're already aware of those. What really limits you is the things that you haven't even considered yet. So because of this, what if you started to consider all kinds of new things, new experiences, relationships, opportunities, choices, possibilities? What would this give for you, and what would this allow you to do? So really think about that, because I'm sure you've built some self-awareness when you heard about these reasons, and you really could see them now in your mind, and you really feel like you want to overcome some things. So now it's time. It's up to you. What do you want to do now? Because you have much more awareness than before. So thanks so much for listening. Go ahead and comment below why you think you have unknown problems and what you plan to do about it. What do you want to expand past now? If you haven't already, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate everyone that's been subscribing lately, leaving comments, leaving recommendations. It helps me create more content every single day, and I do want to keep making these videos and audios and uploading them every single day. So thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.